Welcome to Smart Remarks, where the Tea Party isn't a political movement, it's a religion. So it was a big week for the Tea Partiers in nearby Delaware, where Christine O'Donnell knocked off 9-term Congressman and former Governor Mike Castle in the Republican primary for Joe Biden's old Senate seat. The Tea Party right is ecstatic, even though O'Donnell's win virtually guarantees that the Democratic candidate for the seat, Chris Coons, is going to win in November. And that comes from none other than Karl Rove himself. But, now you've got like Sarah Palin and Republican pundits saying to Rove, what's wrong with you? You just got to believe. You got to believe. But believe in what? Look, Delaware is a blue state. It's got a large Democratic plurality, which makes it tough for any Republican to win there. But in this environment, in this economy, a relative moderate like Castle might have been able to win. But see, conservatives are not in a moderate mood, because moderates too often compromise with the devil, Obama. Here Castle was co-sponsor of a bill that actually would have repealed Obamacare, but he supported cap and trade. And that's an outrage, because what the right wants is not pragmatism, but candidates that are ideologically rigid and reliable, because that's the way to restore the republic. Well, sure, but to restore the republic, you got to get elected first. Let me say right now that I expect the Republicans will take the House in the fall, and they could take the Senate. But what happened this week in Delaware indicated that the GOP might not take as many seats as they otherwise could have, because the GOP is becoming the party of extremism. The far-right's Achilles heel has always been that it believes the country is every bit as conservative as it is. But that's not the case. As Jonathan Chait wrote in the New Republic this week, quote, "Republican voters have luxuriated in the belief that they represent the true majority of the American people. Obama may have won by fooling the voters or possibly by stealing the election with Acorn, but the enduring majority of the public is staunchly conservative. Indeed, Republicans only lost because they strayed from the true faith." Well, so now you get a candidate like O'Donnell who will never stray from the one true faith, and their ideologues perfectly representative of the outrage which both drives and defines the conservative movement. They really do believe that all you got to do is pray harder, love America more, and stay outraged, and of course lower taxes, and all our problems will miraculously solve themselves. Well, the country does have a lot of problems, and it's natural for Americans to feel dismayed, uneasy, and ready for a change, but the Tea Party right would cut the wheel hard to the right. They'd spin this thing out at 60 miles an hour, and they're counting on the fact that the public in general is every bit as outraged as they are. Is that true? Come November, we'll see.
My name is Christine O'Donnell. I am the president and founder of The SALT. The SALT stands for the Savior's Alliance for Lifting the Truth. We choose sexual purity in our lives. We have God-given sexual desires, and we need to understand them and preserve them to be used in God's appropriate context. We need to address sexuality with young people, and masturbation is part of sexuality, but it is important to discuss this from a moral point of view.
Masturbation is a selfish act, and it's a lustful one, and we are to walk with pure hearts, not adulterous lust.